Hey y'all, it's Melissa here to talk about social media and your brain. So the other day I found myself up very late at night watching so many videos. As some of you know that I'm kind of a late, I kind of joined Facebook late, and so it's 2019. Still kind of new to it. Anyways, I was staying up watching all types of videos. Dogs skateboarding, baby's first words, somebody doing backflips off of buildings. I don't even know, honestly. People creating clothes out of thin air just from different fabric. And as I was watching it, and I was watching it till like 1:30 in the morning, I was like, this is just like so much dopamine. I'm just like so happy watching all of these videos, especially like the dog videos. I love dog videos. Anyway, and so I thought I would research it a little bit, and now here you have this video. So dopamine is a neurotransmitter. It is something that your body makes and your nervous system uses it. It is a chemical messenger that plays a role in how we experience pleasure. So it's released when your brain is expecting a reward. It's like the sex, drugs, and rock and roll hormone, I guess, or chemical messenger, really. And so when you're feeling anticipation on something, when you're feeling pleasure, when you are expecting a reward, when you are making a contribution or accomplishing a goal, dopamine is that pleasure center in your brain. It is also that part of your brain where when you actually take drugs, that it stimulates to be able to say, oh, pleasure, reward. It's also an area of the brain involved in addiction. There were some experiments involving rats that are interesting. In the 1930s is when it was started by a person named B.F. Skinner. So he put the rat in this container, and it had two different levers. One lever was for a basic reward associated with food, water, and then there was another lever associated with an electrical shock. So as you might expect, the rat avoided the electrical shock and sought out the food and water. In the 1950s, two psychologists took this experiment to the next level. James Olds and Peter Milner were their names, and they implanted electrodes in that portion of the brain that experiences pleasure. And so the two levers that they used was a direct brain stimulation of this part of the brain through an implanted electrode, or other rewards or a natural stimulus such as food or water. If it was a male rat, they also placed a female in heat nearby. If it was a female rat, they placed her nursing pups or baby rats near her. What they found is that these rats, once they experienced that pleasure center in their brain, would self-stimulate the lever up to 7,000 times per hour and up to 2,000 times per hour for an extended 24-hour period. And they had to take the rats out of the actual container so that they wouldn't die, because they preferred this stimulation over food and water. So what does that have to do with social media, and why am I talking about it today? Because likes, comments, all also stimulate a portion in your brain for dopamine. It also can help to cure loneliness by feeling social interaction without any actual face-to-face conversations or interaction like taking place at all. So right now I'm creating this video, there's literally nobody here. And studies show there's links between smartphone use and increased anxiety, increased depression, poorer sleep quality, even increased death. If you've seen videos of people walking, driving, even bike riding with social media, or looking at videos, looking at their phone, then you can understand why that's a fact. There's this company called Dopamine Labs, and this company is actually a Silicon Valley company in California, a computer software company that leverages artificial intelligence to be able to use to use AI to personalize delight in mobile apps. So what it does, it adapts using software code, the rhythm and timing of rewards. Think of like Candy Crush or some type of game that you're playing that gives you a reward to be able to surprise and hook users. And the result of leveraging their company or using their services is that they guarantee that users will stay longer in your app, and the users who leverage this smartphone app using this technology will do more inside of the app, about 167% more. So I'm going to also link a video to somebody whose name I can't pronounce, but sounds like Chamath Palihapitiya. He was a former VP of user growth at Facebook, and he was giving a talk to students at Stanford. It's a long video, but I'll tell you the portion of the video where he was talking about this specifically. He says he feels tremendous guilt about what's happened in our social lives as a result of actually social media, and how it's changed the social construct of how society works. He says that it's short-term dopamine-driven feedback, and it is destroying how society works, is his quote. He doesn't allow himself to use it. He mentioned he had several posts in a number of year time frame, and he doesn't allow his children to use it. So the people who are creating these apps don't actually use the apps because they know that it takes time away. So be thoughtful of how you spend your time. Don't be like me and staying up till 1:30 in the morning watching videos about puppies, because it is short-term pleasure. You can actually get natural dopamine from accomplishing something, from spending time in the sunshine, from prayer, meditation, from accomplishing a goal, exercising, listening to music. And so it's just a friendly reminder, don't get sucked in social media. And I'm going to post this on social media. Thanks, guys.